Our guest today is the Director of Purchasing for Cook County. She has had over 15 years of experience in Cook County government. For the past 8 years, our guest today has served on the State of Illinois Procurement Policy Board, where she reviews the rules and practices governing procurement by the state. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the City Club of Chicago, Carmen Triche-Colvin. Carmen?
Yeah, okay. Jay said to have fun up here, those famous last words. Good afternoon. We can do better than that. Good afternoon. Okay, I know we had a good meal, but we're going to stay awake for about 15 minutes, all right? Thank you for the opportunity to speak before you today. I didn't realize the gravity of the invitation until a girlfriend called me and said, "Oh my God, you're speaking before City Club." And my response was, "Debbie, I've spoken before many groups before." She responded, "Carmen, you really don't understand. Speaking before City Club is really cool. I would love to have that opportunity." So to you, City Club, Chicago's most prominent and engaged civic leaders, I salute you for being really cool. Okay. This afternoon, I will provide you with an overview of the Cook County Office of the Purchasing Agent and the significant strides that we have made under President Todd Stroger's leadership. The Office of the Purchasing Agent has responsibility for the procurement process for Cook County government operations. This includes reviewing, authorizing, and executing contracts for 41 departments that report directly to the President and 59 departments that report to other Cook County elected and/or appointed officials. This includes the assessor, the 17 Board of Commissioners, the Board of Review, clerk of the circuit court, chief judge, the county clerk, recorder of deeds, sheriff's office, state's attorney, and the treasurer. This represents 100 departments and a total annual spend of $345 million. These are my stakeholders, and they all have varying priorities and goals that are not always aligned. It is the role of the purchasing agent to use a balanced approach to address all of Cook County government's buying needs in a cost-effective manner. Some questions may come to mind when one thinks about a balanced approach. What tools are used to make the procurement process work? How are we improving the procurement process while maximizing the benefits for the citizens of Cook County and at the same time utilizing minimum resources? What kind of changes have we made? And lastly, what opportunities exist for those of you who are interested in doing business with Cook County? As Jay shared with you, I've been working in Cook County government for several years with progressively responsible positions within the county's finance organization. This has given me a significant understanding of the county's buying habits and helped me to shape our policies and practices to create a more efficient operation. During my tenure as the purchasing agent, we have made great strides to improve the procurement process. We are working with the business community to build a better Cook County. Collaboration is essential to our success as we continue to work to find effective ways to do more with less. As we all know, Cook County government is important to the engine that stimulates the economy in communities within our great county. Cook County is the third largest county in the country. Understanding that, the Board of Commissioners had the foresight to enact a local business preference 2% ordinance for businesses located within the county limits. President Stroger has directed my office to ensure that we are promoting this ordinance, and I will speak to the outcome of that later in my presentation. The takeaway from this is that it allows local companies to build capacity essential to growth and development in the Midwest region. Understand President Todd Stroger's leadership. We have implemented several new initiatives. First, we've created greater transparency and access to all procurement opportunities through our e-procurement website. This website provides information on how to do business with Cook County, online vendor registration for automatic bid notification, electronic interaction with the Office of the Purchasing Agent, immediate access to all bid opportunities, including quotations, open market purchases, and contracts over $100,000, and notification of award 3 business days prior to the board meeting. The website is easy to use, very informative, and once again provides greater transparency. In July of 2007, the Cook County Board passed a new procurement code. The implementation of the new procurement code establishes a set of integrity for the vendors. The Economic Disclosure Statement, or as I'll refer to as the EDS, allows us to capture key information on vendors prior to contract award, identifying any potential conflicts of interest. The new procurement code requires the utilization of RFPs and RFQs, fostering a more competitive selection process. This alone has led to the reduction of a number of sole source contracts by more than 70%. In addition, the new procurement code raises the contract authority of the purchasing agent to $100,000. This puts us in line with other local governments' purchasing authority up to date in today's economic times. Lastly, but not least, the new procurement code provides joint purchasing authority with other governmental agencies or organizations when it's economically feasible, allowing us to take advantage of cost savings due to volume purchasing. From there, we looked at our business operations and we developed some new business operation strategy. How do we move forward, leading to positive outcomes? We have developed business operation strategies that have proven to be priceless tools in our daily operations. The first is category management, defining category prioritization and assess our needs. Strategic development, identify business evaluation criteria, plan development and implementation, which involves risk assessment for certain commodities, result tracking and reporting, identifying resources to meet our requirements. Secondly, we are sourcing commodities strategically. We identify supplier by qualification. We issue RFQs, RFPs, and RFIs for distributions and evaluations. We conduct contract development and negotiations, and we are consolidating procurement contracts to gain the economies of scale. Thirdly, we are utilizing supplier management tools. By this I mean we are working with supplier-based distribution, supplier performance evaluation, consistent supplier improvement, and supplier teamwork. The benefits through operating in this manner are that we are improving our efficiencies. We're doing this by benchmarking critical stages of the core procurement process, planning the right set of activities for each phase, identifying the correct team member for each phase, educating the team member with proven tools and methodology. By utilizing consistent proven practices, improving the performance of the procurement team, and incorporating professional staff development as a core activity as we continue to build our knowledge base. The next step we've taken is to expect and demand consistent process for the core procurement operations and improve customer service, creating a more friendly vendor environment, understanding that everyone outside of our department is a customer. In addition, we must continue to build relationships by collaborating with all stakeholders, including the user department and the business community. Earlier, I mentioned the county's 2% local business preference ordinance. This policy helps to stimulate in Cook County in that it increases the vendor's participation in county jobs. In fiscal year 2007, 38% of the county contracts were awarded to firms within the county limits utilizing the local business preference ordinance. Another example of how we are working together to better utilize county resources may be demonstrated through the Office of Capital Planning Design Build projects. This delivery method differs more from the more conventional method in that it teams the design professionals for a project with the general contractor from day one. Benefits of the design build project delivery method include quality enhanced responsibility and coordination, cost savings, and time savings. The county seeks minority and women business participation on all procurements over $25,000. The goal for these purchases are commodities and service, 25% and 10%, construction, 24% MBE, 4% WBE, and professional service contracts, 35% minority or women-owned business participation. Currently, the county is conducting a disparity study through the Office of Contract Compliance to ensure the construction program for minority and women business participation does not sunset in December of 2008. Through the WBE programs, vendors are given an opportunity to build their businesses and develop their relationship with prime vendors that may enhance future business growth and development. The staffing level in the Office of the Purchasing Agent in the last 4 fiscal years have decreased. In fiscal year 2005, we had 58, 2006, 50, 2007, 34, and today I have 32 filled positions. That represents a 45% drop in staff in 4 years. We are doing more with less, operating smarter with less resources. How have we been able to reduce staff, improve efficiencies, and provide greater services? Is through the use of technology. The Cook County Bureau of Information Technology has been a key component to the successful reduction of personnel and upgrading of the procurement process. The Bureau has worked in partnership with the Office of the Purchasing Agent to ensure continued success as we explore new ways to improve efficiencies for the citizens of this great county. Now, we're going to look at a few charts. The first one will be our total spend by department. As you can see, I talked about our total spend exceeding $345 million. And we've lumped other departments in the 37% because it's mainly 1 or 2%. But listed there, we have risk management, clerk of the circuit court, Stroger Hospital, capital planning, juvenile probation, Oak Forest Hospital, chief judge, Provident, and the Department of Corrections. This is where your tax dollars are going. By bureau, we're spending in the Health Services Administration, capital planning and facilities management, finance, information technology, and public safety. Just a different breakout of those same numbers. And finally, by commodities, you'll see we have huge chunks of spending, computer equipment and supplies, construction-related supplies, office equipment and supplies, and various others, goods and services. We have worked very hard. Cook County I lost pages, okay. We have worked very hard to make sure that the procurement process is fair and equitable, and that it is transparent and leads to a positive outcome for all of the citizens of Cook County. Cook County government once again procures goods and services exceeding $345 million in fiscal year 2007 and provides economic and business opportunities to several procurement communities. This operation in Cook County is a vital part to the economic engine for our local community and the Midwest region. Please note a few of the procurement opportunities coming forth. Okay. These are some upcoming opportunities which will be coming forth relatively soon, and they're currently on the website that are available for bidding. You may contact our office at 312-603-5370 for more information, or go to our website, which is listed on the screen. In closing, I would be remiss if I did not take this opportunity to thank a few members of the audience. First, my husband, Marlo Colvin, who always support me in everything I do. Members of my procurement staff who enable me to implement policy changes. Would you please stand? I have a few more over there, but they're not standing. And in their absence, my Chief Financial Officer, Donna Dunnings, for supporting me in all of our efforts as I go back and ask for some more money in capital projects. Last but not least, in President Stroger's absence, for giving me the opportunity to present here today. To City Club, thank you for the opportunity to present to you. My participation in county government has truly been a character-building experience, providing me with a greater understanding of public service. To whom much is given, much is required. My family has taught me the meaning of service, and it is my goal to serve the citizens of Cook County well. Thank you.
We'll have time for some questions on those little white cards. Obviously, some of you who are
It's okay if there are none.
a little late on that one, but I know some of you aren't going to write anything because this is your boss. So not that I wouldn't do that if my president of my university was here. But anyways, if you have it, and if you feel free to ask a question, write it down, and the kids will pick them up. So, Carmen, we put them in front of you.
Okay.
First one is from Joy Saxon, who always signs her name. Would you review the current status of the budget shortfall? If you don't want to answer that one, she has a new one for you.
That's not in my job description.
As a former county employee, I understand. Now, number two, Joy Saxon again. This is the Joy Saxon Show. Please, I only have two more questions, so this is it. Do you still find, let me put this, you can read it. Do you still find vendors who falsify their true ownership, say they're minority when they're not?
You know, I can address that, but that's really a contract compliance question. Currently, the Office of Contract Compliance is doing a review of all of the minority and women-owned businesses, and the purpose of the review is to make sure what they are stating is the truth. And so I'm not sure of the results of their finding, but we are being very proactive as a county taking a look at that. Okay?
All right. This one is not from Joy Saxon, but it's from Anita Ponder. What recommendations regarding contracts and procurement from the transition teams of former President Bobby Steele and President Stroger have been implemented?
I did not see the transition report from President Steele, but from what I understand from Mr. Roper, several of the ideas have been implemented. When I came into the position, President Todd Stroger gave me a bold initiative, and that was to launch an e-procurement website and to make the Office of the Purchasing Agent much more user-friendly and the information much more accessible. But after that, I've read the report issued by Mr. Roper's civic organization, and many of the things that he has recommended we have implemented, and as I understand, it pretty much mirrors what President Bobby Steele's transition report recommended, and we are continuing to move forward. I gave Mr. Hilton his kudos later on. He's going to pay for that. So, but we're still working on a lot of good things.
Two more.
Okay.
Very short question. Why are, I'll add a word, there are so many rebids?
You know, I think we've gotten better with rebids. I don't actually keep track of the number of rebids that we have. Since I know they've gone down since we have gone online, we've increased the number of our vendors, and then sometimes we get specifications and they are either manufacturer or brand specific, and we find that out in the procurement process. So we have to go back and broaden those specs so other vendors can bid on those. But we are working diligently, and we do encourage vendors to contact us at vendorservices@cookcountygov.com prior to the bids. Everything is available on the website, so it's the responsibility of the vendor business community to come to us if they see something that is not correct or if they see something that is manufacturer or brand specific. Our goal is to open up the process so everyone can participate.
Last question. Running county government, how has all the publicity, some of which has not been positive, City Club has good sense of humor, impacted your office in performing its duties?
You know, I don't read the paper a lot. That's my husband's job. And for me, I've been in this for a minute. I have a lot of experience. And I just think that I go forth with an armor of right and do the best I can for the citizens of Cook County. People will write what they will write, people will read what they will read, and people will believe what they will believe. But because it's written doesn't make it so.
There you go. We have a few gifts.
Okay.
Carmen? President Stroger has around 12 of these, so now you can start your collection. An official City Club mug.
I've been waiting for this.
I know. It's like a mace. It's a scepter of power. So when he calls you, just bring your cup with you. And President Stroger also has around a dozen of these, and he hasn't paid up yet. A 1-year free membership into the City Club of Chicago.
Okay.
We don't mind him saving money, but it's getting a little out of hand. And a history of the City Club of Chicago. And before we say goodbye to Carmen, the moderator has a little question. How many of you are older, mature county employees? Say over 25 years. How many are over 30 years? Aging is a terrible thing. So none of you remember the restaurant across the street from the old Cook County Hospital? Oh, a couple of people yet. The Greeks? Never mind any of this. Let's have a big round of applause. It was that hangout that we all used to go to.
Okay.
And if you wanted a nurse or a doctor, you called up.
You knew where to find them.
You would have found. Thank you, sir.